Hey, what's up? So today's Christmas Day. I just finished reading Psalm 20 for my quiet time, and I got a lot out of it. It says, "May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support from Zion. May he remember all your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. May we shout for joy over your victory and lift up our banners in the name of our God. May the Lord grant all your requests." And, it goes on for a little bit there, but, I just had some I was examining it more and more. I was going into it deeper and deeper, right? And what does this mean? The Lord answers us. God's name protects us. He sends us help from heaven. I mean, he literally sends support from his kingdom. This man sending in air support when we need it. God knows what we've been through, our sacrifices. In every single one of us in our own journeys, we have had to go through a lot. Really to get to where we're at right now, and especially where we want to go and what the desires of our heart look like. The distance between here and there, that's far. And there's a lot of sacrifice there, and God knows that. And our dreams come true only when we know it's about God and not us. Yeah, it's understandable, but when you really have to finally crack and understand, it's not about you. It's not about you. See, it says, "May the Lord grant all your requests" right after this. And why does it say, "May the Lord grant all your requests," after explaining all the things that God can do? See, we have to understand that it's not about us. It's about what God can do. It is not about what you want to go do. It's not about what you can accomplish. You see, we're rejoicing in the banners being lifted up. We're rejoicing over your victory because we know that your victory is really God's victory. That's why God's name is being praised. Because when you really understand, it's not about me. It's not about what I can do. It's all about what God can do. That's the difference between actually succeeding and not. That's the difference between persevering and not. That's the difference between learning and not. That's the difference between where you're at and where you want to go. It's not about what you can do. It's not about what you can learn. It's about what God can do, because God can do all things. But when you really realize it's not about you, I think that's the first step to transformation. And that's the first step to a heart change. That's the first step to real growth, is when you finally take a step back out of your own life, out of the rat race that society's put us in, and go, man, it's not about me. The main character in all of this is already resurrected, sitting at the right hand of God. We're just side characters in an incredible story, right? So it's not about me. I'm not the king of my life. I'm just a servant to the man upstairs. I'm a servant to the greatest God that's ever existed, and the only God, the true one. I am. Jesus has lordship over my life. He tells me to go somewhere, I go, right? But the thing is it's not about me. It's not about if I want to go do this. It's not about if I want to go do that. See, God already knows what the desires of my heart are, because he's created me for that, right? He's created me for adventure. He's created me to compete. He's created me for a very specific reason, and I have not been able to figure that out. And I've been wondering that my entire life. Is what is it? What do you want me to be, God? And I've just kept trying to figure this out. But maybe I was asking the question wrong. Did I ever think about, instead of just asking, "Oh God, what do you want me to be? What do you want me to be? What do you want?" What if I finally realized it's not about me, bro? God already knows what I want to do. But maybe he's been waiting this whole time for me to finally crack and realize it's not about me. It's about him. So that's a little bit for my quiet time today. And this is Christmas Day, 2024. What do I want to do? What are my desires in my heart? Well, I guess we're just going to come figure that out across the next few months, days, years, or whatever that looks like. But it's not about me. I feel like I have such a revelation in my life. It's really not about what I want to do. The purpose of all of this is not for me to be on this earth for what I want. God will give me those things, but it needs me I need to understand that it's not about me. It's about what God can do. Really. Because no matter how much I want to willpower towards it, There's doors that only God can open. Only God can orchestrate the things behind the curtain, right? Only God can do those things. It's not about how much I want to push and fight forward. I might be exhausted, tired, drained mentally, and just think, I don't see any way that I can willpower and make this happen. That's the thing. It's not about you. Like, it all makes sense now. Like, what I want to accomplish in this world is possible. And God knows those desires, but he's been waiting for me to mature. See, God's not going to give you a blessing until your character can handle it. Like, a lot of men, they want a godly woman in their life. They want to be able to have that Eve, right? The pinnacle of God's creation, right? They want to be able to have that in their life, but can their character handle that? Can you return a woman of God the same way that she was given to you, pure? Can you do that? Because it's not, the other half of you like that. No, that's God's daughter. You're like, you have a responsibility to give that back to God. Do you have the character to even lead yourself to heaven? If you don't, then you need to look back and say, man, it's not about me. Like, I need to change for real. And like, I've been thinking about this for just such a long time, and I've always been so nervous. And like, it's been a constant pendulum in my head of between I'm not doing enough and I'm not doing what I love. It's always swinging back and forth 24/7 all day. And finally, for the first time in my life, I think I really realized, like, really, it's not about me. Like, I can still do those things in this world, but the only way I'm going to be able to do those things is if I know it's God. Like, it's only God that's going to make those things happen. There is no in between. It's not a matter of anything I can try and squeeze out, anything that I can try and orchestrate. Only God can make those things happen. So, yeah, that's my kind of 2 cents for my quiet time today. And, yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Peace.